are joined by Dan Corrigan, holistic health expert and co-founder of Smidge Small Batch Supplements. After healing from a serious intestinal condition, Dan dedicated his career to helping others restore their health through real food, clean supplements, and ancestral wellness. He's also the author of Eat Well, Supplement Well, Digest Well. Dan, it's great to have you here with us.
It's my pleasure. Great to be here.
I mean, you've worked through some health problems, so you have a hefty background in this already, and now you're a health expert. What is the first piece of advice you would give those looking to start improving their health?
And it really mirrors the title of my book, Eat Well. So that just simply means eat real food, avoid ultra-processed foods.
Yes.
Supplement well, which means, just a few key high-quality supplements. Yeah. And then digest well, just pay attention to your digestive system and make sure that's healthy.
We hear so much about the gut health these days,
and
right?
There's a reason for that.
Yes, and there are so many supplements out there and so much information, and sometimes it's conflicting, especially in this social media age. I mean, how does Smidge make it easier for families?
Yeah, Smidge makes it easy because we have a very small line of supplements that focus on key foundational nutrition. Okay. So it's people that are focused on a food first nutrition lifestyle, that you're trying to find the best food for you to provide the best nutrition, but you know that there's some nutritional gaps, and that's where we come in. We're going to fill those gaps with high quality, super clean supplements.
Yes, because food's not made the same way anymore, and we are finding more deficiencies, unfortunately. So can you highlight for us some of the top products for adults and children in your line?
Sure thing. So one of our most popular products are magnesium.
Okay.
So we have a morning magnesium, and so that people look for that for a nice clean energy. So if you're trying to cut back on the coffee and you want nice clean energy boost.
Oh boy, you're convicting me.
So the morning magnesium is fantastic for that. And then we have evening magnesium, and that one is more for somebody looking for a good night's sleep.
And I see you have Deep Ocean Liquid Magnesium Drops. I saw this right away because I'm someone who uses magnesium as part of my sleep routine. So I see here Deep Ocean Liquid, and I'm thinking like, what ocean? How deep?
Right. So this is off the coast of Hawaii. We go over 2,000 feet down.
Awesome.
And so it's below all the contaminants. And so we pull up this deep ocean water and then solar evaporate it, and then salt forms, so you get sea salt. And then what's the liquid left over is rich in magnesium. So this is a natural source of magnesium, and this is great for adults and children. You can just put a few drops in your water or whatever beverage you're drinking. And the majority of Americans are deficient in magnesium.
Yes.
So it's great for everybody. And you could titrate your dose. You can take more or less easily by adjusting the amount of drops you put.
I've never heard anybody explain a supplement to me that way. That was just so scientific and so specific. And when you're shopping for supplements, yes, you're turning over the bottle, you're reading the ingredients, you're doing your best to research, but it can be a bit overwhelming sometimes. What are some red flags and green flags we can look out for when shopping for our supplements?
Yeah, it's really challenging for consumers. And you might not get all the information you want from the label. So a lot of times people will reach out to the manufacturer and find out what you want to find out, the sourcing and processing. So we're big fans of real food vitamins. Yeah. So when you get a real food vitamin, then you're going to get all the cofactors, and it's going to be in the dose and dosages and ratios that Mother Nature intended. So, for example, we have our beef liver. We get that from New Zealand, so it's grass-fed beef liver that's freeze-dried. And beef liver is known as nature's multivitamin because it has a lot of different vitamins and minerals.
I've been hearing a lot about beef liver recently, for sure.
So it's a one-ingredient supplement, whole food supplement. And it's great for somebody that doesn't eat beef liver in their daily diet because liver is the number one way to get vitamin A.
Well, I see here there's the Australian emu oil. So I'm like, I have never seen a supplement that is Australian emu oil. And again, it is super specific. Where does one think this up? Like I'm looking for you to tell me like the benefit.
Yeah. So all of our vitamins are sourced from around the world. So we look for the nature's highest source of different vitamins.
I'm hearing that in this, yeah.
Yeah, so emu oil is a great source, one of the highest natural sources of vitamin K2.
Wow.
So that's good for your bone and other building blocks in the body.
Yeah.
So K2 is naturally occurring in emu oil, and then emu oil also has other omega fatty acids, so that's great for your joints. So you're getting bone and joint health all in one from a natural source, and there's only one ingredient, which is emu oil.
And some of them are gluten-free, dairy-free, I see, even casein-free. Super important for some of us out there. So how can we find Smidge Small Batch Supplements?
So Smidge Small Batch Supplements, you can find it at getsmidge.com.
Super simple. There we go. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Dan, and guiding us through everything that Small Batch Supplements has to offer.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you.
Hi friends, I'm Dina Deleasa-Gonsar and welcome back to In the Mix. You know, I'm all about wellness routines that feel real, doable, and consistent. Not a total life overhaul, just smart, small choices that support how we want to feel day after day. And today we're talking about a trio of plant supplements from a brand called Best Doctor Formula. They're designed for targeted everyday support, and they're made available through healthcare professionals, which I personally love because it encourages you to make choices with guidance. So before we get into each one, I want to share a quick snapshot of their approach. Best Doctor Formula is led by a team of PhD scientists, and they focus on what they call adaptogenic health solutions, meaning formulas designed to support the body's balance and everyday function, especially when life is busy and stress is real. They also take a very specific formulation approach. Their supplements are made from natural plant extracts, and they emphasize no synthetic, man-made vitamins or minerals added in. So you're not stacking extra vitamins on top of whatever you already take. They also share that their supplement ingredients have achieved FDA GRAS, or generally recognized as safe status, and that their products are backed by scientific research and clinical trials. They're formulated in the USA under Good Manufacturing Practices guidelines in FDA-registered facilities, and they offer a 30-day satisfaction guaranteed. Now let's walk through the three, and I'll show you what they actually look like, how they fit into a routine, and what wellness goal each one is designed to support. First up is UT-Frex, a urinary tract support supplement. If you've ever had days where you just want to feel more comfortable, more balanced in that area, you are definitely not alone. And while persistent symptoms should always be checked by a clinician, there's also a big wellness category around supporting healthy urinary function day to day. UT-Frex is a proprietary blend of botanicals, including Polygonum capitatum extract, cranberry extract, Panax nata ginseng root powder, and roselle extract. Okay, these are the capsules. The suggested serving is 2 capsules. Typically 2 capsules once or twice daily, preferably with meals or directed by your healthcare professional. And like most botanical routines, consistency matters. Best Doctor Formula recommends consistent use, and many people choose a 30-day routine before they evaluate how it fits for them. Quick lifestyle reminder that pairs well with any urinary wellness routine: hydration matters, water intake, and not holding it too long and doing the dance when you need to go. There are small habits that support comfort. Next, we're going to do WBM Rex Immune Support with Prostate and Breast Wellness Focus. This one is positioned to support immune function, antioxidant protection, and targeted wellness support for prostate and breast health. The formula includes white button mushroom in both powder and extract forms, plus reishi mushroom powder and Panax nata ginseng root powder. Again, take a look. Just simple capsules. The serving size here is the same, 2 capsules, twice daily, preferably with meals or as directed by your healthcare professional. And if you're building an immune support routine, remember, supplements work best when they're part of the basics: quality sleep, real food, movement, and stress support. Think of WBM Rex as support for that foundation. Muscle Rex is a proprietary blend that includes Rogerisa sambucifolia root extract and refined extract, Panax notoginseng root powder, turmeric extract, and tart cherry powder. The serving size here is 1 capsule. Suggested use is 1 capsule once daily or as required, preferably with meals or as directed by your healthcare professional. And I want to point out, it's labeled caffeine-free, so you can take it without worrying about stimulants. Putting it all together, here's the big picture. Best Doctor Formula is a research-driven company led by PhD scientists offering plant extract formulas designed for specific wellness goals. They emphasize natural extracts with no added synthetic vitamins or minerals, and their supplements are available through healthcare professionals via direct TCM program. So you can choose what makes sense for you based on what you want to support. UT Rex to support urinary tract function and everyday comfort. WBM Rex to support immune function and provide antioxidant support with a prostate and breast wellness focus. Muscle Rex to support muscle recovery, comfort, and mobility as part of an active lifestyle. Best Doctor Formula also notes that their products are formulated to complement each other. So if you and your provider decide more than one makes sense, you can build a simple routine without overcomplicating things. You'll see the link on your screen. Learn more about Best Doctor Formula, and if you're interested, ask your healthcare provider how to incorporate these into your routine. Today we're talking about an issue many families face: childhood anxiety. From school pressure to social challenges, kids can easily feel overwhelmed. Joining us is school counselor and award-winning children's author Jennifer Licate, creator of the Navigating Friendships and Nurturing Independence series under her brand Stories by Jennifer. Welcome, Jennifer. It's great to have you with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
So now you've been a counselor for 14 years, correct?
Yes, that's right.
And I bet you've seen a lot of different behaviors in 14 years, but anxiety has become really prevalent and really common in children. And what are some of the signs that parents and teachers can watch for?
So one sign is if your child shares with you that they have a fear or worry, really talk to them. That can be a bridge to talk about those fears and see how prevalent they are. But there's also some physical symptoms that children have that parents should look out for. So some of those are getting headaches, getting stomach aches, some digestive issues. And then in little kids, you can explain it also like your heart beating really fast or having butterflies in their stomach. So look for some of those symptoms, especially if they seem to have a pattern. If they have stomach aches or headaches before they go to school or before they do a certain activity, that could be a sign that they're feeling anxious.
And I bet it's hard as a parent, I mean, I know I feel this way, trying to decipher what is normal, helpful anxiety, like, oh, she has a test today, of course she's a little bit more anxious, or is her anxiety becoming more problematic and needs more support? How do we decipher when it's time to do something beyond just the parental check-in?
That's what I really love for people to know, is that there is healthy anxiety, and your child should feel anxious if they're doing something that's really important to them. I tell parents to have some strategies to help their child when it is starting to affect what they want to do. If it makes your child not want to go to school, if it makes them not want to do certain activities, if it's affecting them going after their goals, then it's time to intervene and have some strategies.
And how much do you push? I don't think you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
Like sometimes I feel like, when does she need to be pushed to do something, or when do I really need to respect that boundary that she's giving me? That's a hard balance, I feel like.
It is a hard balance, and parents know their child the best, so some children can be pushed more than others. So I would say push a little bit, and if you see resistance, say, you know, call it out and say, I see you being resistant. I see you not wanting to talk about this. Why don't you want to talk about this? Is something going on? Are you feeling anxious? Do you want to practice some coping strategies, learn some coping strategies wherever they are in the journey? Just really intervene. And if you show them what they're doing and why it's concerning you, I feel like they know that you're just there to help.
And so how did Oscar come about? Because when we talk about coping skills, I do feel like books and videos and things like that kind of help bridge that gap when you don't have words as a parent or a teacher. So how can educators and parents incorporate your books into what they're doing with the children in the classroom or at home and help them build healthy coping skills?
Well, that's why I wrote the book, because I was running a group for students who were struggling with anxiety. I was running it in the high school. And it's really great because it teaches different coping strategies. It teaches what anxiety is, and it has a number of characters. So students can really see that just because one coping strategy doesn't work for them, there's another coping strategy that might be super helpful for them. So it's a quick read chapter book, and there's also a teacher and counselor activity guide.
I see that here.
Yes,
it's really great.
Yes, thank you. There's discussion and questions after each, so you can read a chapter at a time and then use the discussion questions and activities with the students afterward, just to make sure they understand and to get them talking and be able to relate it into their life.
Well, Jennifer, how can teachers and parents alike access these books and see what you're up to?
Well, I have a website, storiesbyjennifer.com, and then the books are available at Barnes & Noble and Amazon, anywhere books are sold.
Well, thank you so much, Jennifer, for being with us today and for cluing us into how we can be more in tune with our children's feelings. And also, before we go, if we have parents out there, educators that are like, this sounds like a child in my life, where would you give them the first step to start? Or how could they give their child like one thing to do right off the bat?
Well, I feel like the books are a really great resource because it can get the conversation going, because sometimes parents are nervous about sharing too much. You want to talk to your child on their level. So I would say access books and resources, and also talk to them about coping strategies. Look up YouTube videos on breath work and show them that there are these videos that can help guide the parents and also the kids in learning these coping strategies. And then that'll allow you to prompt your child when you see them being anxious because you've worked on it together.
This is a great place to start. Thank you so much, Jennifer, for joining us, navigating friendships, great tools and resources for the littles in our life.
Thank you so much.
Joining us today is Donna Campbell, Executive Vice President at the Los Angeles Tribune and the acclaimed author of The Abundant Soul. With her unique perspective on leadership, personal growth, and purposeful living, Donna brings a wealth of insight to our lifestyle conversation. We're excited to explore her work and the transformative ideas behind her latest book. Thank you for joining us today, Donna.
Yes, thank you so much for having me here today.
Oh,
Dina.
it's going to be delightful. I know it. And Donna, you've had a very, very lengthy career where you've done many, many different things. We were talking about this before the segment. Spans many years. Can you give us a sense of how you found your passion for leadership and personal growth?
Yes, absolutely. And I'm going to say my mother was probably my greatest teacher in that, although she didn't know she was teaching me. And we always learned through opposites. And what would happen would be she would be in one energy, or like say anger, but it would teach me to have the kindness or the leadership style. So I was always learning of what not to be or not to do. So the first career I actually had, I was in the financial services world for about 10 years, and I was the managing principal, learning all about money because I really wanted to help middle-class America. Then I realized that that was not my best skill set, moved into the healing world, and really started looking at how can we internally become who we are meant to be, living abundantly every moment in every part of our life. And now combining that with what I do in the Los Angeles Tribune with media, it's like full circle, because not only can we do it for ourselves, we can help other people do it and share that message with leadership.
And I love how I hear you use the word energy. I feel like that plays a big part in your new book series. Can you explain that a little bit for us?
Yes, absolutely. Energy is all about vibration and frequency. I think Nikola Tesla said it best, that if you want to know the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, vibration, and frequency. I have a frequency, you have a frequency, there's a combined one, it flows into the word energy. And so it's how we know intuitively when we're walking down the street, and that's a good person and that we want to go meet them or talk to them, or we're at a networking event and you're just magnetically drawn. And then there's others that you're just repelled away from. You don't want to meet them, or you don't want to talk to them, or they may not want to talk to you. And it's like a sixth sense. We all have it. In the business world, we're walking down the hallway to maybe our sales meeting, and we know if the sales meeting is going to be good and celebratory because we all made our goals, or it's not, and somebody's going to be in trouble because we didn't do what we meant to do. So that's what I mean by energy. It attracts like, diamonds cut diamonds.
That's so interesting. It's kind of like that buzzword that everybody's using is vibe. Like everyone's doing a vibe check now, but you've made that into more of a concrete thing. So how can we be a type of person that picks up on these energies and gets more intuitive with that sixth sense? Because as you said, everybody has it, but it seems like not everybody can tap into it at the same level.
Right. The key to that is creating an awareness. And it's an awareness of how you feel on the inside. Meaning that stop, take a moment, take the pause, take a breath, and ask yourself, how do I feel? How do I feel when I'm with this person? How do I feel when I'm in that environment? And that is really the key, because once you understand how you feel in it, you can start looking and seeing all the other energy around you.
And now, at what point did you realize that this was your calling? Because I think it's very unique.
Yes. With the Abundant Soul, it really came when I was working in the healing world, and I understood that energy is just, we have an internal energy and the energy that is outside of us, and money by itself is an energy. So with the Abundant Soul, it's recognizing money as an energy. The words we associated with it was net worth and appreciation and value, but those were things that we were wanting on a deep soul level. And it was in that world, that connection there, that I was able to relate the healing world back to my financial world. And understanding that how we think and feel about ourselves is how money responds to us in life. So if we didn't feel worthy, our net worth may not be very high. If we don't feel like we're enough, we may not have enough money to fund our goal. If we didn't feel valued and appreciated, our money didn't grow value-wise or appreciation. So that was when I made that connection and realized that this was a purposeful message and the world needs to hear it, because when you value yourself, love yourself, appreciate yourself, everything else in your life comes into fruition.
That's a great message, and I think a lot of people are struggling with, I'm not sure if you've heard this, a scarcity mindset, especially in light of recent events. And then often we hear the phrase, oh, you're killing it, when people are referring to those who are successful. And most often the person will respond to you when you say something like to them, to lead us to believe that there's more to be done, or they don't really believe that. They don't echo the sentiment. And I'm wondering, why is it that so many high achievers or successful people still feel unfulfilled despite their success?
Well, happiness is a key to all of it. And it doesn't matter how much money a person does or does not have. You have to find that internal happiness for you. And every person's going to be a little bit different. And I actually had an employer at one time, every time she would come in through the office, would say, are you happy? Are you happy? Are you happy? And you would hear it so many times that when she walked through the door, you're like, you start assessing your own happiness and your own value. And am I happy? Well, I'm pretty much happy.
That's such a hard question. I feel like it's such a big open-ended.
I'm 37% happy today. Why can't I be 100%? So I went through a whole summer of this. And then I started writing down all my happy moments, like a
love
gratitude
that.
journal.
Yeah.
And realized the things that really made me happy were connections with people and relationships that were closest to me.
Yeah.
And that's
Sometimes
what
we
brought
don't
me
even
true
know what makes
happiness.
us happy because we've
Exactly.
never stopped to take
Yeah.
that time to really think about it.
Yes.
That's so true.
And it's never about money. It's always about some sort of connection. The money helps, but we think money is going to bring happiness, but it doesn't.
Exactly. We're not getting to the root of it. And Donna, how can our viewers access more information about the Abundant Soul series and what you are up to?
The easiest and fastest way is just to go to bettercalldonna.com. You can find all the social media and how to connect with me there.
I love that. Better call Donna. Donna, thank you so much for
thank
sharing
you.
your wisdom and your warmth with us today. Your insights from the Abundant Soul are a beautiful reminder that abundance starts from within, and we're grateful you spent time with us today.
Thank you for having me.